Hello, everybody. You're listening to Mark Ling, and welcome to this Kindle Profit Secrets webinar. I've got with me a special guest. His name is Brian Johnson. Brian has been a successful internet marketer for a number of years now, and he's really good at jumping on the latest opportunities and monetizing them to their fullest potential. And in this particular instance, he's got it into the Kindle store. He's been putting up little books on Kindle and making a good passive income from each of these little Kindle books. They could make anywhere from $100 to $300 a month per book. In fact, I know other people that are doing even better than that. I've got one friend of mine's doing over $300 a day per book. So, the opportunity is that it can actually get quite big. But then again, even if you don't want to go sky high and you want to make books that are in less competitive markets, like what Brian's doing, you could churn out loads and loads of these books, making you anywhere from $100 to $300 a month each, which is I think that's really, really exciting. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Brian, and Brian, I'll let you take it away from here, explaining to people, well, what a great opportunity this is, and more importantly, how to actually go about doing it.
Well, fantastic. So it's really great to be with everybody here. We have a pretty nice size audience, over 350 people here. You guys can hear me okay? Just another yes. We'll get underway. I'm going to get started right now. I want to thank Mark for having me on. And I want to let you know that I'm really very excited to share this information with you. In January, I started to formulate, or really kind of finished up formulating a plan of action that I would focus on in 2012. And that included a couple of things like social media, Kindle, and I had my own ideas about what I was going to do with social media, with Kindle, and I wanted to tie in my background with search engine optimization, affiliate marketing, driving free traffic, and just kind of come up with this super exciting method of making money, and that's what we're going to talk about in this webinar today. Now, I also want to let you know that what you're going to see is a live case study. I'm going to show you a book that was just launched exactly 1 month ago today. I'm going to show you how I've gotten ranking for that book in multiple web properties, including Amazon, of course, including Google. I'm going to show you how I leveraged Facebook. And what's really exciting is this is how to do it right. This is how average folks like you and me can move forward with Kindle and get started. So let's get started. This live case study is for anybody who's been focused on SEO, traffic generation, affiliate marketing, or AdSense. All right, I'm going to go ahead. You should see the screen now, and I'm going to start moving forward. So if that's you, if you've been doing search engine optimization, if you've been doing affiliate marketing, if you're building a list, these types of things, I've done that too. And what I want to show you today is that how you can just tweak and change some of the things that you've been doing in your web marketing, and how doing that can add an additional passive and residual income stream for you. Now, again, I want you to think about this. You don't really change what you're doing. You just make a few alterations. You make a few tweaks and whatnot, and it can add an additional passive residual income stream for you. And again, I want you to stop and think about that opportunity. You know, what would it mean for you if you were able to cash in and find a new way to make money that you could add to your marketing? And it gets even better. What I'm going to show you is how you can diversify your marketing efforts, how you can leverage different properties, like I mentioned, like Amazon, like Facebook, how you can get ranked in Google in a completely new way, and doing this will add more stability to your business. And I'm seeing this for myself, and it's very freeing. Now, if you're just getting started, well, this case study will provide some insight as to how you can begin to move forward in creating a passive income stream for years to come. And I want to let you know, guys, this is your training. So, like Mark said, engage, ask questions, take notes. I'm going to make some claims. You'll have an opportunity, you know, to check them out, see for yourself. And I want you to do that because, really, I want you to take away from this webinar I want you to have some new ideas about how you can move forward with your marketing. And what I'm about to show you is absolutely proven. It's effective. It's working for me. It's working for countless other people. And again, you can walk away from this training today with some new ideas, some new strategies and tactics, regardless of your decision to buy anything. Now, absolutely, there's a tremendous offer at the end of this webinar, and I'm going to recommend that you make an investment in that. But more importantly, I really want to do my best to add a ton of value with lots of training and ideas. So get engaged, participate. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And like I said, I really want to tailor this presentation for you. So with that, I want to ask you a question right now. What kind of marketing, if any, are you currently doing, and how is it working out for you? What kind of results are you getting? So do me a favor, just type in, how are you marketing now? Are you just getting started? Maybe you're doing SEO, maybe you're doing Facebook. What are you doing? And then kind of give me a how is it working out? So SEO, mobile marketing apps, SEO, working amazingly, AdSense, affiliate marketing, newbie, no marketing yet, total newbie, SEO. Okay, so a lot of you guys are doing SEO, and that's no surprise. You're with Mark. And, to give you a little background, I've known of Mark for a long time. One of his sales pages from a product, I think it was a Philo Blueprint, he talked about selling posters. And I did that same thing through an affiliate company when I got started. I started with SEO. And really, this is a little bit of a deviation, but we're going to talk about using the same tools. We're going to talk about how you can use WordPress and just, again, small tweaks and changes to add another revenue stream. So before we jump in, I want to talk about the state of SEO right now. I want to talk about Google. And how many of you have heard, Matt Cutts just recently came out, Google just came out with an update that kind of went after exact match domains. They were banished. And for a long time, I've talked about, duplicate content. You don't want to use duplicate content. Slap silly. All these different things have been crushed, annihilated. People that had amazing AdSense accounts, those have been banned, and on. And it can get a bit demoralizing. However, at the same time, it's important to realize that there are absolutely great opportunities in internet marketing. And they happen once in a great while. And I truly mean that. I'm talking about real business opportunities, real opportunities to partner with Google and leverage AdSense. Opportunities like the eBay affiliate program, great opportunity, and so much more. But at the same time, sometimes these opportunities come along, and we get squashed by them. We have some issues. Maybe we were using exact match domains, and then everything got shut down, and it's very, very demoralizing, like I said. Now, for me personally, I've been taking advantage of these early opportunities for 10 years. I was able to get an AdSense account the day it started. And let me tell you, AdSense has been a tremendous tool in my business. To be able to have that passive income is so very powerful. Google SEO back in the day, 2003, 2004, was absolutely like child's play. And the eBay affiliate program, like I mentioned, in 2007 and 2008 was really an amazing opportunity. And I jumped in myself and was able to generate a really good, lucrative business based on these things. And I leveraged expired domains. And here you can see some of the things. Imagine earning $12,000 in a 60-day period with AdSense. And that was really great that I was able to jump in and take advantage. And I personally leveraged exact match domain names. And if I asked you now, are those a good opportunity? You'd say, well, probably not. You're going to have a harder time ranking. But 4 or 5 years ago, I made hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's an amazing. Can you imagine to work from your home, put up simple websites, and make hundreds of thousands of dollars? And here you can see numerous post-monster affiliate commissions. These are $100 a pop, and I think it's the May 14th. I've got like 5, 6, or 7 of those. And again, amazing opportunities. Now, some of these come and they go. Exact match domains, great example. YouTube, personally, I believe, is one of the best ways to get free traffic from Google almost immediately. No funny business. No black hat, no spammy tools. Just you create a video, you upload it, you're done. Here you can see a video that I uploaded back in 2008. It's been viewed 5,329 times. It took me 20 minutes to film and 5 minutes to upload. These are the kind of opportunities that I really want to open your mind to today. I want to share with you how we can take advantage of these when they come along. And, you know, by using YouTube, by creating videos, again, another Host Monster affiliate commission, not even a website. I just literally put an affiliate link in the description box, and I was able to move forward and get some pretty darn good results. And that's what I want you to be able to do. I want you to be able to take advantage of these amazing opportunities. And currently, the next amazing opportunity is absolutely underway. You know, Mark's been talking about it. It's Kindle. And what I want to do today is open your mind to the possibility. If the idea of a book scares you, I get it, because I've been doing this now, but I've been outsourcing. I've been leveraging technology. I've been doing some interesting things, and I've learned a lot about kind of the psyche of book and creating a book or writing a book. So just stay with me, because, again, I want to show you that it is very possible, and I want you to be able to leverage this opportunity that's taking place right this minute. Right now, today, there are people that are getting busy with Kindle that are going to be in a very different place a year from now. There's also a ton of people that got busy a year ago, and they're really set up. So one thing that I've learned over the years, I've been full-time since 2003, is far too many people sabotage their own efforts. They think, well, I don't want to. You know, it's a point of failure. I don't want to write a ton of articles. I don't want to put myself on camera, so shit. I guess I can't make videos. I don't want to sell costumes. If you guys have heard of me, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I've done amazingly well on Halloween after Halloween after Halloween. I've sold tens of thousands of costumes as an affiliate, and I've made a lot of money. I've had people tell me, well, costumes are no good because there's going to be no sales in November. Well, if you didn't try it, you didn't know that people actually buy a lot of costumes in November because they go on sale. Just like a lot of people buy holiday goods in January for the following holiday season, Christmas, whatever. So if you don't want to do something, if you don't want to write articles, if you don't want to write a book, if you don't want to put yourself on video, I'm down with that. I'm fine with that. But what I want you to think about is just how to figure out how to say yes. And in this presentation, I'm going to give you some ideas that will allow you to say yes so you can take advantage of this exciting opportunity. Now, I want to ask you guys, what if in a matter of hours you were able to launch a brand new website that within 30 days began generating the figure that Mark talked about, between $100 and $300 a month, month after month? Would that be interesting to you? And literally, we're talking about putting together a website in a matter of weeks, stringing together a couple hours, 3 or 4 times over a 2 or 3 week period, and you're done, and you get $100, $200, $300, $400 a month, month after month. So that's exactly what I'm seeing, and it's really, really exciting. And the reason why, like I said, is I almost like to think of this opportunity as a very similar opportunity to what AdSense was when it first came out back in 2003. I started focusing on AdSense. I put together simple websites, and I've had websites earn $200, $300, $400 a month for a 7-year period. If you string 10 of those together, all of a sudden you've got a pretty comfortable little residual income stream, and there's not a lot of maintenance. There's no employees, and this is the same kind of thing. So the first thing I want you to think about right now is forget book. From now on, let's get in our kind of internet marketing mindset, and we hear a lot about I should create a report, make a report, I can build my list if I offer a free report. So think about creating reports and publishing them to Amazon. And when you talk to people, we're going to talk about outsourcing and whatnot in this webinar. You're not going to hire someone to create a book. You're probably going to pay more money if you do that. Instead, you're going to hire someone to create a 15,000-word report, and you can pay them $200-300, which you can make back in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and so on. And the other thing I'm doing is I'm working smart, and I'm leveraging other people, and I'm leveraging software to simplify and streamline. Now, there's no, magic 7 pushes of a button and you get rich. But you can work hard, you can alleviate some of the technical headaches, and that's what we're going to talk about. So again, it doesn't have to be hard, the idea of writing a book. And what I want to share with you is that currently, I asked you, would you be interested in creating a website if you knew that you were going to generate $200-300 in a matter of weeks out of the gate? You'd be done after a couple of weeks, and it'd make you that money. Well, it's kind of the case study that I'm going to share with you, this book I'm going to show you, this report that I'm going to share with you, is almost kind of similar to a 14 blog post website. And it's on smoothie recipes. It's not about like brain surgery. It's not some like Pulitzer Prize winning thing. It's not on some really heady topic about like brain waves or whatnot. I mean, I dumb stuff down to make it easy. So when I hire someone, they get it done quicker. If I'm writing it myself, I'm going to leverage the pool of knowledge that I have. That's what we're going to talk about. So literally, I created a book on smoothie recipes. It's 7,000 words. That's about 14 blog posts that are 500-600 words a piece. And again, from concept to creation happened about 2 to 3 weeks. And a lot of you guys are already doing this, and I'm going to show you again how you can just tweak things to basically move forward. So let's get started. Let's really get to the heart of the matter. I kind of wanted to set the stage. Thanks for giving me 10 minutes to kind of intro where we're heading. This is what I'm doing. This is what I believe in, and I want you to do this. So here you can see the book I published on September 15th. This just 30 days ago. Okay, smoothie recipes for weight loss. Again, a very simple subject matter. Now, a couple things. You'll notice customer reviews. I've already received 16 customer reviews, and these are real people that are vested, that are interested, that purchased my book or accessed my book for free. We're going to talk about some strategies to get your book out there for free. We're going to talk about promotional days. We're talking about Google rankings. But within literally a month, I've got 16 reviews, and that's really helpful. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. Now, what's really interesting about this, and one of the things I want you guys to think about is, has anybody heard this? It's like, if maybe you've been on a webinar about Kindle, or you've read an email from another marketer, and a lot of times the selling point is, well, just Amazon's going to sell it for you. Just if you publish it, then your job is done. And that's kind of true to a degree. They will go ahead and they'll put your book in front of all kinds of people if you do it right, if you work smart. But one of the things to consider is Amazon is actively looking for the books that are moving, the books that are selling, the books that are getting attention. And when you have a strategy that I'm going to begin to start walking you through, it really helps to juice Amazon. When they see a book is selling, they put it in front of more people, and then more people can buy it, and the strong get stronger. And that's exactly what's happening with my book right now. It's really exciting for me. In fact, when I put this book out about 10 days ago, my book had received an Amazon bestseller rank of 10,000. That is incredibly good. In fact, that book I showed you, that silly smoothie recipe book, was outselling 99% of all books in the Amazon Kindle marketplace that day. Now, if you go look at my sales rank right now, it's probably 29,000. It's been as high as 42. But what I can tell you is every day this book is selling 3, 4, 6 copies a day, and it's pretty exciting. In fact, I just took this screenshot minutes ago. And if you see right here, I hope you guys can see this, the text on the web page is incredibly small. But when you log in, you can kind of see it says month to date unit sales covering a period from 10/01/2012, that's October 1st, 2012, to October 16th, that's tomorrow. That's when this report kind of ends. And already I've generated 70 sales. I've had 1 refund. I've had some free promotional units. We're going to talk about why I give my book away and how that actually helps me in the long run. Now, one of the things that I personally love is I can kind of forget about being an affiliate if I choose to do so. Or I can be an affiliate in an entirely different way. There's a lot of opportunity that becomes available when we start tapping into this. First of all, when your book sells, you're going to be paid a royalty of 70% if you price your book between $2.99 and $9.99. Now, if you charge $10.99, you're going to earn 30%. So obviously, it doesn't make any sense to sell it for anything higher than, say, $9.99. That's kind of the cap. The sweet spot is what I believe is $2.99 to about $4.99, $5.99, around that area. And this smoothie book, it sells for $2.99. Another book we're going to look at, it sells for $3.99 or $4.99, and so far it's sold 18. Another thing I want to draw your attention to is this is the report for Amazon in the United States. It also includes India. Now, I'm also making sales in the UK, and those are additional sales. I don't have that slide. I just kind of threw that slide in today just to give you an idea. Now, let's talk a little bit about that free promotional stuff I mentioned. So one of the things, again, I said a lot of people talk about, you just publish a book, Amazon's going to sell it. Well, there are things you can do to make sure that happens. And one of the things you have the opportunity to do is to publish your book with Amazon Kindle, and you can be a part of the Kindle Select program. Now, Kindle Select is created for two groups of people. Number one is the authors, and every month the authors that partake in the program split a fund. Now, for October, the fund was $600,000. So every time I give my book away for free, and here you can see I searched the Kindle store for vegan diet, and one of my books is ranking #1 out of 492 books. I'm #1. And if you guys like SEO, this stuff is like SEO, hot tub time machine. Like, go back 10 years, and it's just that easy. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. But one of the things I want to show you here is it says Prime members 0. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get a discount on 2-day shipping. You can stream videos from Amazon for free. And you can get ebooks like the one you're seeing, my ebook, for free. So the Prime member gets it for free, but I get paid. And basically it's about $1 or $2 for each free download to the KDP Select program. Now, one of the things that's so awesome about being a member of KDP Select, one of the things that you're giving up is exclusivity. So in other words, if you sign up with KDP Select, you can't sell your book on the iTunes program or the iBook store. You have to give Amazon a 90-day exclusive on your book. Now, that sounds like kind of, well, I could make sales with, iBook store or the Nook and whatnot, and that's true, but Amazon is the 900-pound gorilla in the room. They have a huge share of the market, about 80% of all ebooks, and I figured start here first. And one of the amazing benefits is when you join this program, you get 5 free promotional days where you can give your book away for free. And I want to back up here the slide. So if you guys can see right here, this graph, it says a couple of books that I haven't blotted out. Smoothie Recipes for Weight Loss, that's really the one we're going to focus on. So far, 70 units sold, like we mentioned, 1 refund. Total net sales, 69. Units borrowed, 7, so that's good. And free units promo. Free units promo. So I've given my book away to 428 people. And all I do is I just mention it to friends. You can post it on Facebook. We'll talk more about that. And the majority of the free downloads just happen on Amazon. You don't have to do much of it all. You just go in and you say, make my book free on this day. And people, what they do is they're always looking for free books. And they're always searching by free and whatnot. So what happens is they find your book and they download it. And this is one of the first real big tips, is that if you participate in the KDP program, you get 5 free promotional days, like I mentioned, every 90 days. And as soon as your book comes out, the very first thing you want to do is have a free promotion for your book that lasts anywhere between 2 or 3 days. And the reason you want to do that is when Amazon sees free downloads, that impacts their search algorithm just like a purchase. So what happens is Amazon's looking and they're saying, okay, well, here's a brand new book, and it sees a lot of activity, all these downloads, and that helps to juice and push your book up the rankings and whatnot. So again, so we're talking about just this book took me 2 to 3 weeks to complete. Literally, I had the idea for it. I talked to someone I outsourced. We got started and so on. And this is residual passive income. I've got books now that have been making me money going on about 5 months. I'm not going to tell you, I've been earning for 3 years. That's not the case. But I can tell you that this is a tremendous opportunity with Amazon, a pretty big, stable company. Now, there's some additional benefits I want to just touch here briefly. Number one, you get to enjoy the status of being an author, and that gives you authority. And for you SEO guys, you've heard of this stuff. Google likes authority website. And anytime you're a published author, you get more clout. It's just how it is. Now, some people might say, well, it's self-publishing, and I don't buy that. There's going to be some people that think like that, but if you have a good-looking book, if you have a nice book cover, if you put it on your website, instantly with a whole bunch of people, that gives you expert status, and that's something I want you to think about. People are going to have just a slight different kind of thought process on your website, and that can really be powerful. Now, you can also actually get traffic from Amazon. It's pretty amazing. In fact, you can set up an author profile, and you can pull in your RSS feed from your blog. In fact, I want to just pop out of this presentation. I'm going to jump in and out of this presentation, guys, because I really need to show you some of this stuff. I want to make sure you really get a lot of value out of this presentation. I want to show you all the fun I've been having in my lab. People talk about the goofy internet marketing lab and whatnot. Well, that's kind of for real. And I hatched this plan, and here we go. Hannah Getty. So I basically came up with a pen name called Hannah Getty. That's the author name of these books I'm producing. And one of the things is, you'll notice here, Hannah Getty, Amazon, Hannah Getty. Okay, so people are actually finding this page. And at this point, you can see right here, guys, okay? This is where you can pull in your RSS feed from your website, and there's all kinds of really strategic things you can do. You can be really smart about what kind of blog posts this pulls in. And that's what I did. And you can also, of course, list your books here. So how do people find this page, right? Well, here's the book. And just for the fun of it, let's look at that sales rank. So right now it's 26,000, right? So I showed you earlier how my book was ranking and selling 99% of all the books in the marketplace. Well, that was at 10,000. Now we're at 26,000. But the book is still selling very well every day. Now, how do people, get to that author page? Well, they search the store for, smoothie, detox, or something. And these are some things we're going to look at. So 27 results. My book is number 3. Pretty good. And they say, well, who the heck is Hannah Getty? So they click over, they end up here, and they see blog post. And again, these are some of the things that you can benefit from when you start leveraging this massive opportunity that's currently underway. And I'm hoping that you guys will see the light, those of you that haven't gotten started, and will jump in today, whether you buy anything or not, because this is a darn good opportunity. So we have that working to our advantage. We're an authority site, we're an author, we get additional status, we get traffic from Amazon. I mean, you get traffic anywhere you can. Now, let's back up a little bit and let's talk about how folks like you and me can do this. And I'm going to give you some real numbers, I'm going to give you some ideas, how you can create books and whatnot. Now, how many of you here have ever thought of having something transcribed? You might hate writing, but would you be willing to speak into a microphone and record yourself for a period of maybe 90 minutes? Maybe you love dogs. Maybe you've got some practical experience, like dog training for folks like you and me. dog training for the rest of us. Maybe you've had dogs for years and years, and you know how to, teach your dog tricks and whatnot. Do you think it would be possible to speak into a microphone for 90 minutes and then have it transcribed? And that's one of the things that I'm currently doing. Literally, I've taken these training webinars, and I'm on right now with you, and you're here with me. I've had these transcribed, and I've created books out of them. It's just one way to work smart, to put technology to use, and again, you don't have to do certain stuff if you don't want to, but just figure out how to say yes.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd mention to people, and because I read this the wrong way when I looked at the slide when I, before you did this report. Now that you've said it out loud, I kind of understand it. I thought, it's not. So if people are looking at it, it's not step 1 outsource it, step 2 record and transcribe, step 3 crowdsource. What he's saying is these are 4 different options. Just for anyone that may be confused about that. So it's option 1, maybe you'll outsource it. Option 2, maybe if you don't want to outsource it, you might just record it and get your recording transcribed. I know for a 90-minute transcription, it might cost you anywhere from $20 to $40, depending on who you're getting to do the transcription. And then option 3 is crowdsource, and option 4 is to write it. I just thought I'd just point that out in case people thought that this was a 4-step process.
Yeah, no, that's great, Mark, and I appreciate you jumping in, and feel free to, because it's more fun when these are interactive, and I appreciate that. We all make these slides and whatnot, presentations, and Mark's absolutely right. It's we have lots of options, so crowdsource it. How about if we had a fan page, or what if we had some kind of contest online where we asked people to submit stuff, and we were going to compile a book and create a book out of this contest, and anyone that entered would get the book for free. There'd be some cash prizes, lots of opportunities to move forward with this stuff. And of course, for those of you that aren't put off by the idea of writing, well, we can do that too. So again, you don't have to write a book. Think about leveraging the idea of a report. If you go, let's go back and let's talk about outsourcing one more time. vWorker. Anybody here using vWorker? I've actually used this website dozens and dozens of times. I've had graphics created, articles written, templates created. I've had WordPress themes created. You can hire people on vWorker, and it's a powerful opportunity. And the book I am showing you right now, I can tell you already this book is made probably about $300. You saw the sales figures over 15 days. 70 sales. I get $2 a pop. It's $140 times 2. That's almost $300 a year, and that's about how much I pay per book. So imagine if you were able to, start cranking out books, doing these different things to move forward and so on. So, okay, we covered it. We talked a bit about creating the book. Now, this is the part that we want to get right. This is the part that separates the winners that are making money from those people that think it's a hoax and it doesn't work. It's imperative that you have a few things working to your advantage when you publish to Amazon. Number 1, you absolutely must have targeted traffic that is interested in your book. It can't be fake traffic. It has to be people that are generally interested. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 things. Number 1, we're going to go into Amazon. I'm going to show you exactly how I select the niche markets that I go into to ensure that there is enough of a demand. There is a demographic of people that are already interested, and I don't go into a niche unless I know there's a market there, they're waiting to buy my book, I just have to create it. Then the second thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I name my books to ensure that I show up all over the place when people start using that Google or the Amazon search function. So, niche research and how we name the book. The other thing we're going to talk about a little later is how to get real reviews for your book. And that can have a very powerful impact on how well your book sells, because people search and they see a number of books, and if your book has 4 or 5-star reviews and it's got more of them than the other books, there's a very good chance your book is going to get the sales. So we'll talk about that too. Now, like I said, absolutely, Amazon will market your book for you. You just have to help them in the beginning. And the first month, you really want to do everything possible to show some activity, some book sales, some free downloads. You want to be able to name the book so it shows up in the search and whatnot. You can see here on the left, it says I'm hot. I was kind of goofing around. And literally hot new releases. And probably, I bet you there's been, 20,000 books released in my category, which happens to be vegetables and vegetarian cooking. And I'm one of 3 that are featured on the category page. I'll show you that. It's almost always there. Hopefully it'll be there tonight. Now, another place you can show up, and you've probably seen this on Amazon, customers who bought this item also bought, and here's another one of my books, and this is what happens when you kind of do things right. So the first thing I do, like I mentioned, is that free promotion. As soon as my book is published, I go into Amazon and I schedule a free promotion. You can send out a press release if you want. You can spend $20. You can do it for totally free. You don't have to really do anything. That is one point where you don't have to do a lot of extra work. Just literally scheduling it with Amazon. They will get your free book in front of enough tire kickers and freebie seekers, and they will help you to rank well. And here is kind of the proof in the pudding. You can see here we're on Amazon. We're searching the Kindle store for vegan diet. Out of 494 results, my book is #1. And again, 98 results for the term vegan lifestyle, and again, my book is #1. And that's because I've incorporated keywords into my book titles, and we're going to talk more about that as we go on. Now, smoothie recipe book. Now, this is a book that I've really done incredibly well with the title, and we're going to go into specifics about exactly how you should name your book. And I'm being found for numerous keyword phrases. So the last one, smoothie recipe book, #1. Smoothie recipes for weight loss, #1 out of 60. Smoothie detox, #2, and so on. So what I want to do now is let's talk a little bit. I'm going to bounce out again of the presentation. Let's go back to Amazon. And the first thing, how do we choose what kind of books we're going to publish? It's not just enough to say, I'm really excited about paranormal activity, so I'm going to write a book on that. That's not what you want to do. See, if you think like that and you don't do the research, you might name your book something about paranormal activity. When, if you just looked for 5 minutes, you would have found that if you included something about ghost stories, your book would have sold 10 times better. So the first thing I do is you just want to go to Amazon and then come into Kindle and then Kindle Books. So I'll go ahead and click Kindle Books. And here you can see we're basically on the Amazon book page. And you can see a lot of books are showing up. And the reason why is because I've been researching. I've been thinking about doing a book on juicing. And I'm always looking at smoothie stuff because that's my latest book I just published. You can also see like bestsellers by Stephen King and whatnot. But what is really quite helpful is we can come in and we can look under categories. And actually, let's do the spotlight. So if you look under categories, what I like to pay attention to is nonfiction, advice, and how-to. Now, if I come in and I click on nonfiction and I look over to the left, you can see I've got subcategories within nonfiction. Again, we have advice and how-to, arts and entertainment, biographies, all kinds of different categories. And basically, my research starts here, and what I want to see is how well books are selling in various different categories. And if I think, well, I'm interested in writing a book about paranormal activity, well, I don't move forward until I come in and I find the right category, and then I see how well the books are selling. That gives me an idea, if I can get to the top of that category, this is approximately how many sales I should be expecting. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me open this up in a new tab. So first, let's just go to Kindle Store. Okay, Smoothie Recipes book, 98 results. My book is currently #2, pretty good. I'm going to click this and I'm going to show you again. The reason we're able to identify how well books are selling, again, I just want to kind of beat this over the head, is the Amazon bestsellers rank. And as we move forward, we're going to pay attention to books and what their Amazon bestsellers rank is, and we want to identify books that have an Amazon bestseller rank of 15,000 or below. Okay? Is everybody on board with that? It's important because what we want to do is identify those books that have this ranking or lower, because that gives us an idea of how well the books are selling. Okay? Now, right now, my book is at 26,000. That's okay. You know, my book is my book, but when we look at the categories, we want to find that that number. So first off, let's go into advice and how-to. So here we are again. We're looking at the categories, and here we have a subcategory in nonfiction, advice and how-to, and then we have additional subcategories. And we have diets and weight loss, exercise and fitness, mind or health, mind, body, etc. So let's first come in and let's look at the rankings of a subcategory, diets and weight loss. Now what I do is I simply open up the first 3 or 4 books in a subcategory, and these are ranked by order. So this is the #1 best-selling book in the category advice how-to diets and weight loss. This is the #1 selling book. This is the #2. So I want to know what numbers those are. So this book here, I've opened it up in a new tab. I just scroll down and I look at this bestsellers rank, and I see that right here is 277, okay? 277. That's amazing. I bet you that book is selling 50, 100, 200 books a day. It's making a boatload of money. It's a good thing. Now, you know, we also might want to pay attention to how much the book is selling for. I try to eliminate anything that's selling less than $2.99, because remember, I only make 70% royalty when I price my book at $2.99 and above. So I kind of eliminate any books that are below $2.99. This is selling at that magic price point of $9.99, and they're making a mint. So at this point, this category looks pretty good. What I'm trying to do is I want to identify 5 books in the top 10 with a bestsellers rank category with plenty of sales being generated. And this particular book, again, tremendous sales rank, 217 wheat belly. And that's a great topic. You know, I've looked at that for a potential book myself, and you might want to write that down. Wheat-free diet, gluten-free diet. These are all kinds of things that are pretty hot. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to jump back to that previous category. So remember, right now we're here, right? We're in diets and weight loss, and the parent category is advice and how-to. I'm going to come into advice how-to, because at this point I can see that this the diets and weight loss is a great category. The first 2 books are incredibly low, and that's a great way to go. But let's say I want to go into something home improvement. Maybe I've got an uncle that's great at carpentry work, and he's interested in doing a project with me. Well, before I do that project, I want to clarify and I want to make sure that there's potential for sales. So here you can see a lot of subcategories inside of this parent category. So the parent category is home repair and improvement. We have carpentry, cleaning, caretaking, do-it-yourself, furniture, and so on. Now, in the total category, these are the books. This is #1, #2, etc. So again, let's look at these books here and see what the sales rank is. I'm just going to open up 3 or 4 of them, and my goal is I need to find 5 that have a sales rank of below 15,000, or I'm not going to go into it. So get organized. How to declutter your house. Okay, get organized, declutter your home, and the best sales rank is pretty darn close, but not quite. So once in a while, I'll bend the rules, and I might go to 20,000. If I find 3 or 4 that are under 15,000, something at 18 might be okay, but it's certainly not, you know, exactly what I want to see. I think this was the same book. Yeah, let's go to the next one here. Okay, this is Back to Beauty. 25 natural cleaning recipes for a green home and healthy planet. So it sounds kind of trendy, right? Green, cleaning supplies. Interesting. The sales rank is pitiful. It's 84,000. That's probably selling one book a day, maybe. And this is one of the best-selling books. This is in the top 10 under that category. So at this point, it's not looking real good. Minimalist cleaning method. Let's see what this sales rank is. Again, 28,000. So a trend is emerging in this particular category. Now, I've looked at this category before, and the first two books, the number 1 and number 2 best-selling books, are on decluttering your home. And these are selling okay. This has got a sales rank of 2,300. That's very, very good. And looks like the other book dropped off. So we had one book, a couple books under 15,000, one book at 18,000, one book at like 30 or 40,000, another book at 80,000. It's not that awesome. It's not that great. So I might want to go back to advice how to and look for something else. How about nutrition? Maybe I should stick with the nutrition. Well, here's that Wheat Belly book again. So I know that's got an excellent sales rank. So I'm just going to go through again, and I'm going to look at the sales rank of these best-selling books in the nutrition category to see how this subcategory stacks up. And again, it's very, very promising when I look at this sales rank. 1,500, very good. So this is, you kind of get the idea. And that's the first step. Now, if you're going to do a book on smoothies, you could be in a lot of different categories. But you just want to get a sense of where you're going and what categories you're going to start off with. And so you can ensure there's a demographic that's interested in buying your book. And that's exactly what I did with my smoothie book and with all of the books that I put out. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's move forward now with the presentation. So did that make sense, guys? 5 books with an Amazon bestsellers rank of 15,000 or less. So someone said, Anthony says, if those are so good, how do we beat them? Well, they don't know what we know, and that's what we're going to get to next. So we're going to talk about how to name our book to be able to be found in the search rankings in Amazon. We're also going to talk about how to get easy rankings in Google without any trickery, without waiting months. So we're going to do all that next. But the first step is just ensuring that there's a market. So here are a few more slides on the categories and whatnot. Okay, naming your book, and again, this is really easy for me to present to Mark's group of subscribers and buyers and whatnot, guys, because you guys are pretty versed with SEO. You're interested in that. You've been doing this. And quite honestly, naming your book is kind of similar to search engine optimization. And really, you know, if you ask experts, you know, what's the most important HTML tags, I think a lot of people would say, like, well, the title tag is number 1. That's the most important. And that's one of the things we look at. And the meta description, again, really, really important. And it's the same kind of mentality. So my book here, Smoothie Recipes for Weight Loss. I'm going to move the questions down. The first part is an exact keyword phrase found in Amazon. Let me repeat that. The exact keyword phrase found in Amazon. That means that this title of my book that starts and ends right here with weight loss, that's where it ends, that's part number 1, is an exact keyword phrase that I found by typing words into Amazon. And I titled my book that to be able to come up with for this phrase. Now, not only am I coming up for smoothie recipes for weight loss, but if you type smoothie recipes, I come up number 9. If you type up smoothie recipe book, I come up in the top 5. If you type smoothie recipes detox, I come up again. So what we're doing is we're working smart. We're incorporating keywords that people are searching for, just like SEO. And again, if you've ever wanted to dial the kind of SEO algorithm back to 2002 when it was like taking candy from a baby, well, Amazon is just that easy. Now, the second part of my strategy is to create a description for my book that incorporates singular keywords, singular keywords. So the first part is a phrase, an exact phrase, and the second part is a sentence that describes my book and incorporates singular words. Diet is singular, cleanse is singular, green smoothie. Again, this is a phrase, and it's also two singular words, detox and book. And we use book to get a little Google magic happening for us as well. Let's go to, there we go, let's bounce out. So let's talk about Amazon again, and let me show you basically how I come up with book titles. So oftentimes what I'll do is I'll search the different departments, and I'm always going to search the store. And if I'm going to create a book on smoothies, I get started and I tell my outsourcer, create a book with 75 smoothie recipes, change the names of the recipes and the smoothies, and 2,000 words at the beginning of your book. And they go to work, and then I say, I'll go ahead and name the book at a later date, and I'll let you know. Now I come in and I type, the first thing I type in, obviously, is the singular most important word, smoothie. And now I have suggestions. Just like in Google, Amazon gives people suggestions. And what I want you to pay attention to and notice is that these suggestions are not alphabetical. If they were alphabetical, wouldn't detox be up here above recipes? That happens to be in the first 4 results. Smoothie recipes for weight loss. There's the title of my book. Remember, that was how I named my book. Now, I named it Smoothie Recipes for Weight Loss because I could incorporate that term and still incorporate this term. Doesn't that make sense? It's like 2 birds with 1 stone. And what's really exciting is it's actually like about 19 birds with 1 stone. There's that word book. So what I start to do is I literally sit down with a pad and paper, and I just write down old school with a pen and a piece of paper. You can do it in Notepad. You can do it in another program. You can scrape using a tool. I just write them down. So I would write down smoothie recipes for weight loss. Oh, pay attention to book. For good health. Okay, detox. There's that word. Oh, there's diet, right? Just for the fun of it. Now, there's 128 results. And, oh, there's my book, number 10. Now, it's not really optimized for diet, but it's in there. And one of the things that allows me to rank well for these keywords that we're searching is how the algorithm behaves, how the Amazon search algorithm functions. And here's what we want to take a look at. Sort. Okay, how many people come to Amazon and they start playing with this button, sort? From my experience, a very, very small percentage. In fact, I'm willing to bet it's less than 2 or 3%, if that. So everyone just leaves it set to relevance. So what happens if it's set to relevance, then if you come in and you do the smoothie recipes for weight loss, well, my book is most relevant. And it's also a very popular keyword phrase because Amazon suggested it for us. And if we search for book, it's still pretty relevant because my title starts off with smoothie recipes and it includes book. So there's 98 results, and I'm number 2. Now, someone asked just a bit ago, well, okay, that's great, Brian. We know what category we're going to go into. How do we beat them? You see, what a lot of people don't understand is exactly what I'm sharing with you. And that is, if you pay attention to the keywords, you incorporate them in smartly, you can do incredibly, incredibly well, and you can show up numerous times. Now, another thing that those other people don't know is they don't know about those free promotional days. And they don't understand the correlation between when people download your book, that juices the ranking. So one of the things to understand is relevance is important, but also those free downloads also play a part. And as your book goes on and sells, that also plays a part. So a lot of people, they come in, they name their book, they understand keywords, but they're not doing these other things. And when you do all of them together, it's very powerful, and you can create a book that sells quite well. You can make hundreds of dollars out of the gate within 30 days, and that's exactly what I've shown you guys here tonight. So let's just kind of continue with this. Now, someone just said, how do reviews affect the algorithm? Well, I like to keep things real. And at this point, I've seen some people say the reviews affect the algorithm without a doubt. And when I say that, I'm talking about the computer itself. Does a review have an impact on the algorithm? It might. I don't know. But what I can tell you is beyond a shadow of a doubt, it absolutely has a positive play on humans when they land on a book and they do a search. In fact, let's come back again. Let's take a look at the reviews. Okay, no reviews. No reviews here. 17, that's good. 21. Okay, so I'm hanging tight with this book here. I've got 17, they've got 21. That's about a draw. They have 0. So basically, someone might look and, where are you going to go? If you buy books, you're going to pay attention to that thing. So it has a big impact. And I'm going to show you exactly how I got those reviews and how I leveraged Facebook to do just that. That's coming up. Okay, but we got to move along because this is a packed webinar. I promised I was going to give you guys a lot of advice and tactics and strategies, and that's what I intend to do. So let's continue. So that's how I name my book. I pay attention to the keyword phrases, and I always start off with the keywords that I find at Amazon because that's where the buyers are. Now, other places are great too. And we can do some things with Google, and that's what I want to share with you now. So another strategy is to pay attention and to use the Google keyword tool. Now, again, I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard people say, oh my gosh, if someone told you to look at the Google keyword tool, don't pay attention. That's crazy. I say nonsense. I say if you're an internet marketer, it's your job to understand how people are using the internet. If you have an opportunity to make some slight changes to a book title and you can get more traffic, don't you want to do that? So one of the things I look at is I pay attention to these 3 words, book, Amazon, and Kindle, because what you'll find is if you go to Google, let's go to Google right now, smoothie recipe, so I'm getting suggestions again. Okay, smoothie recipes with yogurt, that doesn't sound like something I want to sell. Smoothie recipes with spinach, nope. With milk, nope. How about 4? For kids, smoothie recipes for weight loss. Okay, wait a minute. That was the same keyword suggestion that Amazon gave me. Now I found another keyword suggestion that Google's going to give me. Let's take a look at that. Now I add book because it qualifies. At this point, these people could be searching for anything on the planet that has to do with smoothies and weight loss. They might want a video, they might want a free recipe, but if someone types in book, they want to buy a darn book. And I incorporated my book title to include book. And guess what? I got a number 4 ranking in Google in 20 days. Okay? No backlinking, no black hat, no trickery. This is smart marketing that anybody can do. Really, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out to incorporate these types of things into your marketing. It's just having someone explain to you how it should be done, why it works, and that's exactly what we're doing. And I hope this is really making sense for you guys. This is free traffic, and that's exactly why I pay attention to not only the keywords at Amazon, but also what's happening at Google and so on. Now, I also wanted to show you, again, remember I mentioned I like to pay attention to keywords that include book. So how about like smoothie, recipe, book, oh sure, people are searching for that, smoothie, recipe, book, Amazon. So if you've got a blog, maybe you launch a blog, and maybe you post about, I just released a brand new smoothie recipe book. It's available on Amazon. And these are all kind of the big picture and so on. All right, so let's continue with that. So that's a pretty easy way to think about ranking in 2012 in Google. And what's really interesting is this is exactly what I did 10 years ago as an affiliate marketer. I would identify keyword phrases, I would target those keyword phrases, I would create content on a website that I owned, I would get ranking, and I would make lots of money selling other people's stuff. Now, here's an idea. Do you think it's possible to create a book and maybe you target something where there's an affiliate program that you can promote at ClickBank? Like maybe you go into the weight loss niche or the Forex niche or the muscle building niche, and you have someone create a book on muscle building and you sell it for $2.99, and you offer people that buy the book, hey, I've got a free email series on muscle building as a thank you for buying my book. And you give them lots of great content and you educate them, and along the way in your emails you can promote other products. It's the evolution of affiliate marketing. It's that massive opportunity that I was sharing with you, and that's why this is really so exciting. This is a new way to do it. You know, it's good that you're with Mark Ling. You know, there's a small group of people that I trust when it comes to SEO. Mark Ling is one of those people. You know, he teaches real marketing. Thank goodness for that. And this is another way to extend that, right? We can extend that same thing. So let's talk a little bit about Facebook. One of the things I wanted to do this year is I wanted to branch out and I wanted to incorporate new traffic sources. It wasn't so much about Kindle. I really don't care about Kindle. It gives me a new opportunity to move forward. It gives me a new traffic source. That's what's important. And Facebook is the same exact thing. Facebook gives me a chance to get real people to review my books. It gives me a chance to sell additional books. It gives me a chance to get feedback from people that are interested on stuff I'm moving forward with. As I mentioned, you can sell stuff, you can sell affiliate offers, you can build a mailing list. And how many of you hear, like I hear this a lot, you know, well, I want it to happen fast. Well, I can tell you that in 20 days, with a very, very small budget, I was able to basically take a little teeny bit of money and trade it for about a 2 to 3 month period, and I get all this stuff as a result. So let's go through it. So what I mean by that is I started publishing these books to Kindle, and I want to kind of go off the script, and I want to clarify a few things with you guys. Number one, I never emailed my list of 40,000 internet marketers and said, go buy my book on the vegan diet, because I wanted to create a true case study that was, in a sense, pure, starting from zero. So that means I didn't have a list. I had zero. I had 0 books. I didn't have a website. I was starting out again at ground zero. And what I did is I published a few books, and once I got those books making a little bit of money, I traded that money in. So basically, book sales funded the early growth of a fan page on Facebook. And I continued to fund the fan page with book money. So I traded in a couple of sales a day at $2 profit, $4 a day, $8 a day. I never spent more than $10 a day. And I achieved some pretty impressive things. So here you can actually see a Facebook page that has 9,644 likes. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to pop out of the presentation. You guys can see this fine. I want to just cover a few basics to make sure you understand. So someone said, and this is why I dropped out, because I wanted to see your questions. Why Facebook rather than a self-hosted blog? Well, number one, I'm doing a blog anyway, but there are a tremendous amount of people on Facebook. And I wanted to advertise, but I didn't want to spend big money. We're talking $5 to $10 a day, no more than that. That was my budget. And I had heard that Facebook was very possible to create an ad campaign and do very well and have very low cost per clicks. Now, that was reason number one, Steve. Reason number two is a lot of people don't understand this. Facebook and a fan page is very much like a subscription. It's like signing up to an email list. Mark emailed you today about this very event, this webinar we're on, and you showed up because Mark adds value. Well, when I post any messages to my vegan blogger page, 9,645 people see those messages. So as soon as they click like, they are subscribed to me, and I can contact them again and again and again. And that really would allow me to start out, create a page, and leverage something for a very long time to come. I'm not just trading in a click to show people my book. I'm building a fan base of people, and that's why I went with Facebook. Now again, I'm also using blogs, but this is a very powerful way to move forward and quite easily. So that's why we started off with Facebook. Cheap advertising and the power of a subscription, and all the people have to do is click like and they get my messages. Now I want to give you an idea of the power of Facebook. And this again, my friends, was done on $10 a day, and I'm no longer paying for advertising. I turned it off. I'm now 100% pure profit, and every day between 30 and 50 people join my page. That's new people. You can see total likes has increased by 1.98%. And I had this huge spike here. Can you guys see that? Why did that oh, hold on here. Hey guys, my screen went black. That was kind of weird. Let me go back in there. Okay, there it goes. So why did I have this big arc here? This is basically activity. Well, I share content that adds value. You know, it's not just about spamming promotions. That doesn't really work. If you work smart, you can basically do some promotion, but you also add value. And once in a while, we'll share content, and it goes viral, and a lot more people find our page because our content is being shared. And that's what we're going to go through right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about some basics with Facebook. And I have two phases with any page I create. Phase one, I focus solely on content that I know people on Facebook will enjoy. I don't do very many promotions, and usually this I spend maybe 2 or 3 weeks just doing great content. And what happens is people like the content, they like my page, and then again they're subscribed and they're connected, they add comments, they share my content, and so on. And after that phase one, then I move forward and I incorporate promotions once in a while. And I want to talk a little bit about curation. You know, well, how do you come up with this content? One of the things to understand is it doesn't necessarily have to be your content that you share on Facebook. Literally, you can go to YouTube. You can find a really good video on the subject of your page, and you can share that, and that's content. And again, all you're trying to do is make people happy, because that has a viral impact on your overall page. And then at a later date, you can incorporate your own content. But in the beginning, if you're just getting started, maybe you don't have a blog. Maybe you've only got one blog post. How do you share something the following day? Well, again, you find great content, because that gives the people exactly what they're looking for. It's, quite honestly, guys, it's the golden rule of internet marketing, and that is find out what people want and give it to them. So if people are really interested in recipes and fun ideas and good videos and movie stars that are vegan, that's my niche, veganism. My assistant is vegan, and we're doing this together. The outsourcer that I'm working with is vegan, so this is, you know, what we're doing together. That's how you can move forward. And again, the advertising can be quite inexpensive. So you can share images, quotes, you can share YouTube videos, and so on. Now, I want to share with you exactly what I mean. Now, let's see if this is going to... Okay, I didn't get a black screen. So basically, when you're on Facebook, you have a chance to do a few things. You can click the thumbs up button, which is a like. And if you like it, that kind of tells Facebook that, hey, a lot of people are liking this content. I should make sure a lot of people see it. Now, if you click share, what's really interesting is that if you've got, say, 200 or 300 friends and you click share, well, let's say this is you, that content is posted to all your friends. Now, you can see here, this little update of this little fruit carving was shared by 3,364 people. It has been viewed nearly 10,000 times. And that is very, very powerful, because what happens is, if we go back a few, this arc in traffic was based on that turtle. That's exactly what happened. We shared this and we got that spike. And again, this happens really, really quickly. You can see here, I posted this on June 20th. Now, I started this page in the beginning, or sometime in May. So after about 1 month, we actually posted about a book that was for sale. This is pretty much a promotion. And you can see we had 64 likes, we had 53 comments, and we actually have people sharing. And that's ultimately, my fans are helping promote. They're providing me with real book reviews. They buy my book, and they sign up to my list, and a lot more. Now, what I want to talk about for a minute is just some of the ways that I incorporate my books and some of the things I do to basically grow my book business that I'm building on now. So here you can see a call to action. To download and review, click the link above. And then I just mentioned smoothies and weight loss. Now, this is an interesting idea. Remember I said you could do the free promotion? And if you do a free promotion, the more people that download, it's actually a good thing because it helps push your book up in the rankings on Amazon. It helps you get noticed more often and so on. So I thought it totally made sense to basically post to my vegan blogger page. I just didn't say I'm going to give my book for free. I said, you need to send me a private message. This is very, very important. It became personal. One person interacting with one person. If you'll give me a review, I'd love to give you my book for free in exchange. So in order to do that, please send me a private message. And this is just great marketing strategies from Cialdini. He was actually in New York, Mark, when we were in New York at the conference, and he talked about this strategy of restaurant owners calling people to confirm their reservation. And they would ask, are you going to be able to attend your reservation tonight or on Friday? If not, will you call us? And when you ask someone, it kind of puts them on the spot and it gets a great result. So here, I'm doing the same thing. Please send me a private message and I will gladly give you my new book. And then I say, are you going to be able to review my book after you've read it? And the results were tremendous. So I gave my book away to only people that said they'd review it. I got 17 reviews in a month. I still sold a ton of books. And overall, it was a really smart move. Now, I've also had some basic calls to action. You can change your price points. And one of the things we did is we basically kind of came up with a save now. Right? This is on sale. You'll save money if you buy this now. And we sold a boatload of the vegan diet book. That was great. And like I said, you can build a mailing list. Now, this is awesome because I think right now we've got about 400 people sign up to the mailing list. You know, this is real marketing, guys. I just got started with this a bit ago. This is a brand new niche. I've been in it since May, June. And on Facebook and on my site, you know, we're building this blog and the list, rather, and it's very, very powerful. Now, one of the things I want to do is I want to jump in and I just want to So, like I said, it's all about getting visibility, and far too many people just have this, build it and they will come, you know, right? Build it and they will come, or publish it and Amazon will do the work, and they will, but all you need to do is work smart. I mean, honest to God, it's not that hard to schedule a free promotion, and if that's all you do, and you just name your book well, you're going to get good results. Honest to God, you're going to get good results. Now, when you do some of these other things, you can start adding layers and layers. And just by incorporating the word book, here I am on Google for a keyword phrase. And I'm in the first month of this book release, and let's scroll down here. So here I am. I'm an Amazon bestseller. Let's come into vegetables and vegetarian. Oh, and so good news for me. You can see I'm still these smoothie recipes for weight loss. And this is exactly how we can all take advantage of this massive opportunity. Again, it doesn't have to be rocket science. I'm not saying you need to write books. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't either. You know, I'm not afraid of a little hard work, and it builds character, and I do some writing myself, but I also outsource, and you can do the same thing. And I also record myself on audio to come up with the content, and then I have it formatted into a book and so on. And just by doing these different things, by making sure I'm being found, by making sure I'm coming up for smoothie. Let's see where I am for smoothie recipes. This one is very competitive. Only 200 books, but I just saw yesterday I was like number 3 or 4. Today I'm number 10. It's still pretty darn good. And then again, if we add book number 2, if we do singular. Now this is interesting. Google does a better job of handling plural. So in other words, recipe and recipe is 2 different words, and the rankings reflect that. Here you see I'm actually down a little bit. I'm number 5. Now for smoothie recipes book, I'm number 2. For smoothie recipe book, I'm number 5. And the reason why is my keyword incorporated is smoothie recipe. So that's something to pay attention to. So these are all the things that we can do to really, again, work smart, be found, leverage the tools that are available that don't cost us anything. You can set up a fan page. I'm spending literally, like I mentioned, about a $10. In fact, you can see that trailing off spike in traffic that I had not too long ago, and you can see we're actually going to hit 10,000 fans tomorrow. And let me show you some analytics. It's pretty fun playing around with Facebook, and I'm definitely a believer right now in Facebook. And this just gives me an overview of how my page is doing, what's happening. It's pretty consistent, and once in a while things go up, and you can see I'm trending upwards right now. But check this out, guys. Every week I am reaching 88,000 people. So when we post content, that's being viewed by 88,000 people. That's very powerful. If I come to likes, you can see here, this graph represents how many new people are liking my page every day. And remember, every new like is someone that is subscribed to my page, and every time we send out an update, I get the benefit of those people seeing. And you can see a couple days ago we had 49 new likes. 2 days ago we had 36. Looks like the lowest we've had is 22, 21. Here we had 64. If we actually go back, during that traffic spike, we actually had likes in the hundreds, and no longer paying any money. So pretty darn powerful, and just incorporating a lot of different strategies to really move forward and create something that will last. And before I tell you about the offer, I want to leave you with one last thought. At the beginning of this presentation, guys, I said that there's all kinds of opportunities that come along in internet marketing, and once in a while we have some amazing opportunities that come along. My friends, Kindle is huge. It's not going away. There are only more and more devices. I'm really excited to see what happens this holiday season, because I know a lot of iPads, Nooks, Galaxy tablets, all these reading devices are going to be sold, and what are people going to want to do? They're going to want to get books to put on them. And I bet you my sales are going to go up. But this is a chance to do things right. This is a chance to come in and learn exactly how to get set up so your Kindle account, your Amazon Kindle account, will be there for you in the future. Quite honestly, Mark says I'm kind of on the cutting edge, and he's always into new things. Kind of. Honestly, there were people that were teaching Kindle 2 or 3 years ago, and they were sharing some ideas that I quite frankly didn't believe in. Mass producing books, private label rights, cramming together these books that you put out, and what happened is people lost their Kindle account. And what I share with you tonight is how to do it right, how to get in, how to take advantage, how to build something that's going to be there for you years and years from now. I had a website that generated AdSense income every single month for 7 years, hundreds of dollars. I built the site back in 2003, and I maybe spent an hour or two a year updating it after that. And that, my friends, is residual income. And I'm really excited about what I'm doing and what I'm sharing with you. And, I shared with you a few results, and that's because I did it this summer. I I did what I just walked you through. I came up with the concepts, and I want you to be able to jump in and take advantage. And that's why I've come up with a really nice offer. It's called Kindle Ritual. And if you'll just give me a few minutes, I want to tell you about what this package includes. It includes some pretty nifty software that makes things easier. Now, it's not automatic, and it's not you push a button and it's done, but it really pulls back and makes this available, especially for you guys that are doing SEO. If you're using WordPress, you can create a book. You don't have to worry about formatting. You don't have to worry about images. You don't have to worry about table of contents, because we've got some neat kind of software that takes care of it. So let me tell you about Kindle Ritual. Okay, so what we've got is basically a video tutorial training package that really goes over exactly what I've broken down for you here tonight. I talk about the introduction of what this is about, how we're going to tap into multiple sales opportunities. A lot of people talk about, just publish to Kindle. Now, I give you that too. I give you the whole Amazon thing. It's actually 15 videos that go through every single process. How to upload the book, how to name the book, how to do the research for the book, how to create the content for the book. But I also talk about Facebook. I also talk about leveraging videos. I also talk about using blogs to push traffic. And these are some things that you can think about long term. Now, if all you want to do is just publish some books to Amazon, I think you're going to get some pretty darn good results. I'm certainly seeing that myself. But by incorporating some of these elements, we can kind of take it to the next level. So first off, let me tell you about the Kindle Ritual author theme. So with Kindle Ritual, you actually get a WordPress theme that makes it possible to create a properly formatted Kindle book from within WordPress. This is pretty neat. You literally log into WordPress, you write your book from inside of WordPress, you click compile, and it creates the book for you. You don't have to worry about margins. You don't have to worry about file size because WordPress compresses them. It takes care of that, and you don't have to worry about that stuff. You shouldn't. You should focus on the marketing, and that's one of the things I wanted to accomplish. So here you can see actually is a screenshot of inside WordPress. And let me see it. Hopefully my screen doesn't go blank. So, WordPress has a section for posts and pages, and we kind of mimic that, and now we have manuscripts. And literally you create your book by ordering pages. You create them with a page, and the first page is the title. So you can see this here is the title of my smoothie book. Best smoothie recipe book. That's the title, and I would select the option of title. And then the introduction would be prefaced. So you create a preface, that would be the introduction, and then you can come in with chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, endnotes, and literally you create a book in WordPress as you would a blog post. You can order your book here. You can see the order, so this would be 0, this would be 1, 2, 3, etc. And that way you can make sure your book is in the proper order. And then it's literally as easy as clicking the publishing wizard from within the theme, and you fill in a few fields, the type of output you would like, Kindle, nonfiction or fiction, the publisher, the author, the cover image. Now, the neat thing about our theme is we actually give you a cover creator wizard from inside of the theme, and this thing is really kick butt. It works very, very nice and creates very professional images, and you don't have to spend a cent because you can create them on your own. I'm going to show you that next. So having a great cover is very important to the sales of your book. And you can see here, this is a very nice looking book, and we created it from inside of WordPress. We're actually using HTML5, which means that all the rendering happens on your computer, even though it's a web-based application. Now, I just kind of geeked out there with some HTML5 stuff. If you're not sure what that means, what it means is works really well. This is another cover that was created with our software, and it just works awesome. And you can see it's a very professional looking cover. You can do all kinds of things. You basically create different graphics and backgrounds, and you can incorporate different fonts and colors and radiance and gradients and all different things, and you just use these different background images to walk through the process, and it makes the creation of your cover really cool. Now, one of the things, you see this small image of the book cover here? That's important because that's the thumbnail. And as I was on Amazon today, and I kept going through all those searches, and I kept kind of bragging, there's my book, there's my book. Well, that was the thumbnail, and this is the exact size. And we have incorporated that in, so when you're creating your book, you can see what it looks like in the thumbnail size, because you want to be able to read what it's about. You want people to be able to understand, what is this book? If they're looking for smoothie recipes, if they can read it on the thumbnail, that's good stuff. We've done just that. We've given you the tools to do that. Now, we also give you the chance to create an author site that kind of leverages the credibility that you're going to gain when you publish as an author. And literally, our theme will create a contact page, terms of service, privacy, DMCA page, a disclaimer. It creates a blog page, and if you put in your Amazon URL or ASIN number, it will actually grab your book. It will pull in the book and create a page for the book. It will also pull in any reviews and so on. And then, now this is the crazy part, it will analyze your book. It will look at the colors in your book, and it will give you a default color scheme for your blog. And in this case, it was a green and a gray. Now, this is what our theme looks like. We've got a slider image. You can create an ad in the top by the slider image. I'll also mention this is mobile ready. If you access this on an iPhone, it will collapse, and the navigation collapses and shrinks as it should. You can see example blog posts, different calls to action. Now, we've also got promotional buttons like book sale or best-selling Amazon author. And this way, you get some clout when you follow my instruction and you get that bestseller status. We've got a button that you can put on your theme that says Amazon bestseller. That tells people that you're an expert. And that is exactly kind of the idea and strategy that I dreamt up in January as I was moving forward. And, I started kind of getting busy in the spring, and we started putting stuff together in May and June, and we're going great guns now. Literally, I've got a bunch of books that are going to be published in the coming days, and I'm really excited about it. And I want you to experience this for yourself. I want you to be able to leverage another revenue stream, another opportunity, another traffic stream, and this is a great way to get started. Now, you can see here, this is actually what the theme looks like. This is an author bio page. We've incorporated social buttons, and you can pull in your images, and it's just everything is ready for you guys to go. So you're getting the author theme, the cover creator, you're getting step-by-step video tutorials walking you through the process. And I actually want to jump in to the members area, and I want to show you how well this is laid out for you. So you can see here, if you access training, you come to introduction. This is module 1. Module 1, introduction. Module 2 is the author theme training, everything you need to move forward. Module 3 is niche research and ebook creation. All these different modules, everything I talked about today, Facebook, author site, how to use the theme, and so on. So here you can see the Kindle opportunity. We've got a couple of videos walking you through the kind of the introduction. If we go to module 3, this goes through how to create content and the niche research that we went through today. And you can see we actually have 15 videos. We have, again, introduction, forget book. We talked a little bit about that today. Write it, bullet method, record it, some of the stuff we talked about. I talk about interviewing people and creating books from interviews. And then we go into sales rank, brainstorming categories. We talk about Google Keyword Tool. Everything you need to move forward, it's all here. And really, I'm really excited to be able to bring you guys truly a special offer because you're on Mark's list. You're one of Mark's subscribers. You're one of Mark's buyers, possibly. I've known Mark for a long time, and we kind of discussed I'm going to sweeten the pot and really go overboard for you guys today. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first off, I want to let you know that you're going to get all this great information for $77. That's it. It's a tremendous opportunity. And also, I want to let you know that this is currently a launch price, and the price will be increasing in a couple of days because we're nearing the end of the launch promotion. This is kind of how I launch a lot of my products. I like to give a price break in the beginning, and for these price points of under $100, I usually start out at $77, and I increase to $97. So I want to give you a chance to jump in and kind of get the training that I walked you through today. And I hope you see that, absolutely I'm vested in this. I understand what's happening in the marketplace. I'm taking advantage of it, and I'm getting great results. And I'm also excited now. This program has been out for about 8, 9, 10 days, and already people are inside, they're publishing, they're using the theme, they're getting results, and I want you to be able to tap into this opportunity yourself, and you can do it right now for just $77, okay? Now, I want to let you know I'm also going to throw in a product called Halloween Super Affiliate. This has got a premium WordPress theme, tons of video training, tons of webinar training, not pitches, but literally webinars just like this one, where I go through niche marketing, targeting Halloween, but quite honestly, it's can be used in a number of niches, and you're getting a great theme. Now, when I launched that product, originally it cost $497, and I sold that to well over 500 people because it was a tremendous value. And I'm going to give you this for free right now today when you buy this using Mark's link at the introductory launch special price of $77. So I hope I've encouraged you to jump in and take action because this is a great opportunity. I'm excited about this, and I want you to get Halloween Super Affiliate. I want you to save $20 before the price increases by $20. And you can do that right now. And again, this is only available for people on Mark's list and for folks that are on this webinar right now. This will be available at $77 for a few more days, and the price, I guarantee you, will be increased to $97. It's just kind of how I do business. I've got the approval from ClickBank to increase the price, so that will be happening. Now, because of that, I want you to jump in and save some money tonight and so on. So we will take a few questions. I'd love to share some ideas with you. Also, Mark, if you could do me a favor and just send that link to this page, and someone can send it, but we can start taking questions and whatnot. And I'm going to have a sip of water because I'm getting kind of a little thirsty.
Cool, I'm just about to put that link out to those of you that are here live, kritual.com/ml, so that'll go out to the entire audience. Send, should be in the chat box. Actually, I spelt that wrong. Yeah, sorry about that, I'll just type it in correctly. kritual.com/ml. Try this one, that should work better. One of the most common questions that has been asked throughout this webinar, and I've been waiting for the Q&A to be able to ask you, is surrounding the photo of your Hannah Getty pen name. Like that photo, is that the photo of the actual person that wrote the book? Is that the photo of your author? Or
that's so interesting, Mark, because I would have never guessed that in a million years. But it's a very, very common question. It's been asked multiple times, and people they see that and they're like, is that Hannah Getty? Is that Hannah Getty? So I bought that. It probably cost me $10. Stock photography. I got 2 or 3 different pictures of that woman, and it was kind of the target audience that we were after. It was kind of the right demographic, and that's we came up with the name Hannah Getty, and then I found some images, I purchased them, and that's that. So that's not the real person. Again, the content is being outsourced, and I'm spending about $200 to $400 per book. I'm actually going to be launching a couple books, one on superfoods and I'm guessing I'm going to spend about $325 on my superfoods book. And at this point, I can tell you that my smoothie recipe book has almost made $300 in its first month, so that's pretty exciting. I had a really good 15 days in September when it first came out.
Okay, so. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd be comfortable putting up someone else's photo. That's not to say that it's wrong. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if it's legal or not. But if you're not comfortable, guys, just do what I do and put up a cartoon character instead. So then it's totally obvious. So either way, I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with what you've done there, Brian, because I really don't know what's legal and not in terms of pseudonyms. Obviously, making up a name of a pseudonym, that's done all the world over. That's fine. But for those of you that have been typing in wondering, hey, is that legal or not to use someone else's image? I don't know, but if it's not, I mean, if you're not sure, just put up a cartoon character or something. You can get a lot of stock images from iStock Photo and other places where you could. Yeah, that would work.
One of the things I can add, Mark, is if you go to like iStock Photo or some of the image websites online, you actually buy the rights to use an image, and you can buy exclusive rights, which is much more expensive. I might have spent $200. I didn't take that option, and I think I spent $10 or $15. So you actually, what you want to do is you want to pay for the image, $10 or something, because then you're buying the rights to use the image. And again, I think Mark has had some great advice. You can always talk to an attorney if you're uncomfortable. That's what I did, and I think it's okay.
I have found working with authors that around about 70% of them will just let you use their image anyway, if that's something that you're interested in. It's quite interesting. Like most authors, even if you're putting it in a pen name, they don't care. They're just you just say, hey, I want to put an image of the author. I'm not even using your real name. I'm putting it under this pen name. Around about 7 out of 10 will say yes to that anyway. And the rest I use a cartoon character. So in case you're wondering, that's also an option worth considering.
Good stuff.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you don't even have to have an image there at all. It's not a requirement, but it can make it more personable.
It's a good point. Yeah, I think it makes sense to have an image, and you have options, so that's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of things you could easily do. So anyway, do you want to go back to that other screen with the link on it? I have.
You bet. No problem.
Someone said, do we get other training and support from Brian other than the recordings? So I'm not sure what they mean by that, but does that mean maybe that might mean as well as the video recordings, are there written versions of the lessons inside your members area, or do you do live webinars, or
sure?
What else?
Yeah. So let me go over kind of what we've got for the members. At this point, it's a video course only. There's no written PDFs. I know some people like those. At the same time, there's a tremendous amount of material, and I want to let you know that the videos are broken down into 10 to 15 minute bite-sized videos covering a particular topic. And that way, if you need to brush up and you want to watch the video on how I name books again, and you want to get just that, you don't have to sit through a huge hour video. It's 10 minutes. You can identify what you need quickly and easily, and you can move forward. We actually are going to have an additional live training. This is not going to be, there's a pitch at the end. It's simply going to be training for members that buy this product, and that'll be happening probably in about a week to 10 days. I talked to my developer, and what we want to do is we're going to have a training where we kind of show the functionality of the image creator and how you guys can source great-looking images free as well as very inexpensively, and how you can use those to create great covers inside of the theme. And I'm also going to be sharing some ideas on what I'm personally doing moving forward to tie in other offers to not just make a couple bucks from the sale of a book, but how I'm going to incorporate, again, additional offers. These would be offers that you could find at ClickBank, like I mentioned, I want to share some ideas with that. And again, that'll be a free training webinar. It'll probably be about a 90-minute webinar. There won't be anything for sale. I just want to give you guys that join and take advantage of this, some great training to give you the tools you need and kind of the guidance you need to move forward and get results and make this happen. So that's kind of what we got. We've got a great software package. We've got lots of video tutorials. We've got a free webinar training, and quite honestly, I think that's a steal at $77. I think that's a really great price point.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really great offer. I mean, I'm looking at it thinking that I wouldn't mind putting a couple of my family members through this, actually, because it's something that I'm in the middle of doing myself in terms of putting up some Kindle books. And, I mean, I'm doing it in a slightly different slant. I think, yeah, there's money to be made. Don't get me wrong. I'm keen on making maybe a couple of $1,000s a week from putting out a whole bunch of books. But I think that there's even more money to be made on the back end. So basically, you release, say, a 25, 30-page book on a particular topic, but then at the end of the book or within the book, you link off to your newsletter list, get them to opt in for a free report, and maybe they'll wind up buying a $77 product or something like that later that you promote perhaps via a video sales page or whatever, like an affiliate offer and so forth.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there's no question there. That's something that I'm actively doing too, and I'm going to be creating a book on a Facebook case study where I kind of go over what I've showed on the webinar tonight, and then I'm going to create a video training course that goes more in depth, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, Mark. So again, there's just lots of opportunities. It's not so much, we're going to do books. It's just this gets our foot in the door and a lot of exciting opportunities to make some more money.
Now,
so pretty exciting.
Now, given that this is a launch special, am I right in saying that this is a one-off price? So it's not a monthly membership. If people pay and join now, then they get full membership access for what, a year, or for lifetime updates, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, so this is just a one-time pay offer. There's no monthly membership. There's no you're going to be billed in a year. This is $77 today. You won't be billed again. You're going to get. Actually, we've had an update already on the theme. Just adding some functionality, so it's it's a great offer. It really is, and we're excited to be able to make this to you guys today. A lot of people are excited about this. We've got hundreds of people in now, and I think you're going to enjoy the content that we're providing, the training and the webinar that's coming up. And another thing that I really like is that if you're thought about Kindle, but you're not sure about the formatting or creating a cover and whatnot, well, our theme will take care of that heavy lifting for you.
I had someone say, so this is really a way to leverage Amazon traffic rather than making big monthly income from ebooks. Steve was saying that. I'll just quickly answer, and then you can say what you want to say as well. No, this is a way to make big monthly income with ebooks. You can definitely make big monthly income from this. I know several people that already do. One of my friends only has 2 books on Kindle. They're both in the top 1,000, bear in mind, and they are both bringing in several $100s a day each. So yeah, I mean, and that's just from a couple of books. I know other people that have 500 plus books on Kindle. So there's other ways of doing it where each book may not be in the top 1,000. They might be in the top 30,000, but it all adds up to a big income. So yeah, I was just saying personally, from a personal perspective, I'd like to take it further and not just make money from the book, but use it as lead generation on top of that. That's just a personal way that I would like to do it myself. But you could just do it with just the books without worrying about affiliating to anything else from within your book any further. Does that about answer that?
Yeah, I think there's. I think yeah, pretty much. I think there's a number of different ways you can move forward. You can crank out books, and that money will add up. I'm starting to see that. It's pretty awesome. And like Mark said, you can build a list and promote other offers. You can link straight to offer pages. That's something that I'm going to be doing as I move forward. Lots of ways to move forward and really take advantage. And that's one of the things I wanted to get across is just it's not so much just about the books. It's a lot of opportunity to go to leverage. Really, this is a great opportunity to leverage ourselves as marketers.
I had someone ask, will your product, including the software, will it work on a Mac?
So it will work on a Mac because it's web-based. So basically, you upload it to a website and you're good to go. So Macintosh, PC, that has no bearing at all.
Pam asks, is there any significance as to why you chose $77 as opposed to $79 or $72?
Because internet marketers love to sell products that end in 7, 97, 77, 497. Mark, have you ever sold a product that ended in a 7?
Yes, I have, and I've done it for exactly the reason that you've said. But interestingly, whenever I've split tested ending in a 7 versus a 995, it hasn't made any difference to me. Everyone else tells me, hey, a 7 beats a 995 every time, but every single time I've tested it, it hasn't made a difference. So 77, 79, 95, I don't think it makes much difference. But it looks nicer on the screen.
I guess so. I think sometimes people play into that a little too much. I think it's great to split test, but I don't know. Everyone charges the 7s, so that's what I do too.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as you. So yeah, I fully get that. It's easier too because you don't have to put a decimal point and then 95 on the end. 77.95 looks weird. 79.95 looks kind of normal. So does 77, but yeah, it's just easier. There's not much reasons other than that. Is there? Someone said, is there any training on getting you to find vendors that have products for you to ship via Amazon to customers? This is all on Kindle.
So there's a lot of different products out right now on Amazon. This is really focusing on Amazon Kindle, so it doesn't really go into depth, or not even depth. It doesn't cover that at all. This is about publishing books via the Amazon Kindle platform.
So for those, I noticed that there's already been several people have already bought already. For those of you that have bought, can you just type in whether or not you have managed to successfully get through to the members area okay? Just to make sure that everything's all good. I just want to make sure that everyone that has joined is all going well there. I'm seeing a lot of people saying yep, yes, happy camper. I've had 2 people say they can't get in, but that's because I think you have to wait for an email to arrive. Is that right, Brian? I just thought I'd update people that are buying now just to make sure that everyone's.
Yeah, that's good. I'm really glad that you did. That's smart, Mark. So if you have an issue, do me a favor and write down this web address. It's our help desk, and we'll take care of you and we'll get you inside. Now, I'm guessing that, like Mark said, you're going to get some emails. Everything you need is going to be inside of the emails. If for some reason you don't, you can access our help desk at pushbuttonseo.zendesk.com. Again, that's pushbuttonseo.zendesk.com, and just say, I purchased Kindle Ritual. I'm having a tough time getting into members area. And actually, my programmer said he'll be manning the help desk from his iPad. He's got a bit of a cold, but he'll be there. So he'll be there this evening if you guys have problems, and we'll get you squared away right away.
Right. So, what I'll do is I'll get you to type in that address if that's possible. I've had a few people wondering if you can.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm just about to do that too, Mark.
For someone that says I typed in a broken link in the chat window, the second link should be correct out of those 2 windows, emails, those 2 links, or you can type in what you see on the screen. That works fine as well. Anyone that decided right now not to join, just out of interest, just for my own personal interest, I'd just like to know why you didn't join. Or if there's a question that you've got that you'd like answered. This is one of the better offers that I've seen in a long time, especially at $77. I've seen people charge $1,000 for this kind of thing, because Kindle is a very popular learning method, but of making money these days at the moment anyway, given how relatively straightforward it is, how new it is, and so forth. And I'm just curious as to for those of you that didn't join. A lot of people have joined. It's been a few dozen people joined, which is great. Let's have a look. Most people were saying it's all just money issues, so it's not like it's anything to do with not being interested in the offer. Well, that's interesting. I was just curious as to whether it was something to do with the offer itself. Several people saying that they're actually going to join it tomorrow, which is cool. And some people are in the middle of joining
Mark,
now.
I saw one question, and we're getting a lot of feedback, so the comments and questions are kind of whizzing by. But someone said it was kind of like, could you just use the theme to create a cover, or could you just use the theme to do this? And here's the thing I really want to stress, and I think sometimes I've noticed people think, well, I have a theme and I love it. Can I just build my blog using my own theme? Of course. This is a system that you can use. You've got everything you need to move forward with. If you just want to use the theme to create a cover and you're not worried about formatting, awesome. I mean, quite honestly, like Mark said, I believe that my training is well worth $77. I believe the webinar that I'm going to provide to go over some kind of advanced ideas of marketing is, again, worth that price point. And maybe you just want the theme to do the formatting. You've got someone to do cover images. That's awesome. You want to use this bits and pieces or the whole thing. Don't think you need to use everything to move forward. You don't have to use the theme to do your blog. If you've got a great theme and you're comfortable with it, it makes sense to use that. There's going to be less to learn and whatnot. I just wanted to mention that. So.
Cool. No, that's really cool. And to me, it's worth it if you wind up getting a single book online following the system. I think it's worth it, because at the end of the day, if you get one book online using this system, as long as you follow the training, you will easily make the money back, and more than that, it'll keep coming in each month. After that, you'll naturally want to produce more books, because you'll be motivated by the paychecks that are coming in. Even if you're only getting a check for $100 a month from your first book, you'll probably still find that motivating enough to want to churn out a few more books, I think. So, and bear in mind also that there is a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you go and join this product, and for any reason you find yourself not using it, let's say you find, heck, I've just ran out of time and literally didn't have the time to use this product, well, you've got up to 60 days to send an email to pushbuttonseo.zendesk.com to get a refund. And given that it's through ClickBank, even if Brian didn't want to give you a refund, ClickBank would do the refund for you anyway. Not that Brian's like that. I'm just saying how he's, the risk is entirely on him as far as that's concerned. So you've got a 60-day refund policy as well, on top of all the other good reasons there are to join this product. I just think it's amazing that you're actually doing it for $77, to be honest. If I had produced the same product as you, I probably would have charged at least $300, if not $500, because of, just how good it is, how comprehensive it is, and because I know what it's like to be able to provide that much support, as well, for this kind of a product. And it's a great opportunity for people. So I just want to say thanks for making it affordable for at least for most people, and at the same time, you've given such a great presentation today that I believe that there'll be a lot of people that'll go away and produce Kindle books anyway, even without joining your program. Obviously, joining your program, they'll have the step-by-step training, the hand-holding that they need to make things happen even faster and better. They'll have that software and everything, but you haven't held back. You've given away so much valuable information here that I believe some people are just going to go ahead and do it anyway. And I think that's exactly the kind of webinar that I like to present to people. One where, whether they buy or not, it's been well worth their time. So I want to say a big thanks, Brian, for that.
Oh, good. I'm glad we talked about that, Mark. And I felt like this was a strong one, and I hope you guys got a lot of value from it. And I did want to, give away as many secrets as I can and share some ideas. And I'm glad that you guys have showed up and spent time. And some of you are saying, like, well, are you getting results? Are there people getting results? I just showed you the results that I'm getting, and I want to let you know that I know a lot of people are getting results, and they're moving forward. Now, this is a brand new program. Let's be honest, okay? I'm not going to tell you. That's not how I roll. I'm not going to say lots of people are making lots of money using this program. It's been out for a week. But I will tell you that people are producing books. They are using the theme. They are creating cover images. And I know loads of people that are making money with Kindle, and I just showed you my proof. Now, I want to ask you if it's your turn, because the truth about internet marketing is that, we can provide a great course. We can do the work. We can get the results. We can map it out. But sometimes you've got to go out. You've got to take the bull by the horns. You've got to be excited, and you've got to take a bit of a risk. Now, like Mark said, this offer is through ClickBank. It's 60 days, no bull. If you're not satisfied, you can bypass me altogether. You go straight to ClickBank. I want a refund and get your money back. Now, the reason I go with ClickBank is because, quite honestly, my refund rate has been low for many years. I've had a number of products out on the market. They've done pretty well. The refund rates have never really hindered my ability to bring products to the market, so I'm comfortable with that. And, get inside, go through the training. Give yourself the opportunity to get hand of something that was created by someone that went through the process and did the results. A lot of courses, you don't see the kind of proof I just gave you guys. And I'm not claiming, I'm making $10,000 a month, but I am claiming that anybody that jumps in and takes some action can easily start earning thousands of dollars on a monthly basis within short order. 2, 3 months, 6 months, different time frames for everybody. But this is a real opportunity. I'd love to have you guys come in. Again, we're going to have a free training webinar coming up fairly soon.
I've had some people asking about multi-site licenses. The questions sort of zoomed by as lots of people were typing in questions. But I think that's to do with your Kindle books, or authors and stuff. So if someone buys one copy of your product, can they use it for multiple author names, hence multiple websites and multiple books?
Yeah, exactly. So the way it works is you can create as many books as you want. In other words, you can install the theme, and you can create book after book after book on the same WordPress installation. Now, you can only install the theme on 50 domains. Now, quite honestly, you might think, well, only 50 domains. If you're thinking that, maybe you're working with a client or different clients, well, you can buy a second license. Every license at $77 will give you 50 domains, and for most people, that's going to be more than enough. And don't think that for every book you should have another website. You don't need to have that. I have one website. I didn't even show you guys my website. That's just another thing it's out there. It's ranking. It's building a list. But that's just another element. And I feature multiple books on one website. Why would you build 3 websites when you have one about a subject like veganism? The smoothie book works great there. Recipe books work great there. The vegan diet works great there, and whatnot. So that's how the licensing system works. 50 domains for $77. You should be good to go. And again, you can create multiple books with one installation.
Okay, so just loads of people been asking lots of questions. Sorry if we can't get through them all. Chris says, Kindle doesn't play videos. If your book has videos with it, is there a method to sell the book on Kindle and videos another way?
Okay, that's kind of I see where the question's going. Here's what I can tell you. The new Kindle Fires that are coming out have video capability, and we're looking at incorporating some of that functionality. I don't know if it's going to happen. We might do it. There's a good chance. This is what we have today. Can you sell your book with video sales letters? That might have been a part of the question, too. You certainly could do that. I think what I laid out today is the smartest, most effective way to move forward. I would get started with that. If you want to expand upon that, then you would do that. But obviously, how you name your book, social media, having an author blog, building a list. This is bread and butter stuff that's been around for a long time. Get started there. This package can help you do that. We're looking at some additional functionality that we want to roll out. I'm not sure what functionality we will add or won't add. It's hard to know because we haven't done that yet, and I'm not going to promise. But we update our products. So
cool. I've had people asking, can we share your training info with our virtual assistants? Like, can I have someone else watch the videos or ask someone else to set up the blog?
Yeah. If you've got someone you're paying and that's part of your business, they're a virtual assistant, and you want to share the videos, that's awesome and cool. If you want to go in with your 10 internet marketing friends, I'm not down with that, and that's like a whole nother thing. But I have no problems if you want to share it with your virtual assistant or you're an outsourcer or something like that.
Cool, that's great. What is your personal take on using private label rights for writing ebooks?
I don't think it's smart at all, and I wouldn't do it. Again, one of the things I said at the beginning of this webinar is this is an awesome opportunity. You don't want it to be taken away. Amazon hates private label rights, so why risk losing your account? I'm not going to lose it myself. I don't think it's the right way to go. I think there's other ways to move forward without putting yourself at risk. Absolutely.
I think that you can, if you really want to be able to make your content go further, you could produce your own done-for-you research that could be used on several books. Okay, so if you really wanted to make your content be used multiple times, you could do something like this, where maybe you type up a page of notes all about, let's say you've got a dog training as your topic. So you'll have several pages of notes. One page might be on how to stop dogs from digging. Another page of notes might be on how to stop dog aggression. Another one might be on how to stop dogs from barking, and so forth. So you could have several pages of notes, not written in a form to be used as a book, but written as notes for a writer, so that a writer will take those notes and turn them into great content, or even for yourself. And then you could use all of those notes, hand them off to a writer and ask them to write a unique book all about German Shepherd training. And you could hand those same notes to another writer and say, hey, can you please write me a book all about how to train golden retrievers or how to train beagles? And you tell them not to use any of it word for word, and you'll wind up with a unique book every time. That's one way of doing it, but that's not using private label rights. That's basically just doing the research for them, saving them time, making sure that they're still producing a book that says something, and then it means that you can hire cheaper writers that because there's a lot of writers out there that are really good, they're just not so good at doing research. So the ones that are good at doing research as well, they can be more expensive. So this is a way for you to save money on the writer while still making sure that they're writing good content. So yeah, just thought that you guys...
That's a pretty good tip right there, Mark.
It's something that I use in my article writing, blog posting, and different niches and stuff like that all the time. Like if I'm in the dating niche, we've got about 70 or 80 different pages of notes of research on different topics in the dating niche. One might be on, say, why are men afraid of commitment, and inside that page we'll have 8 little 2 or 3 line paragraphs on different points to do with why men might be afraid of commitment. And then that way we can hand it off to a writer and say, hey, can you write me an article on this topic? I'm going to use it on a blog. Don't use any of it word for word. Add in your own research if you have any, and then bam, I get this brand new unique article back. And I could give that same research material, same instructions to another writer, and I'll get a completely different blog post back that I can use in a different way somewhere else. So, it can be handy. I think it's a better way than doing private label rights. Private label rights, I think, tends to end up with too many similarly worded articles. Done for you research, done this way, you end up with unique content that says something that matters. Okay, so Pam says that I'm a ghostwriter myself. I'm looking into programs like this. I'm tired of writing for pennies. Absolutely. This way you can be getting paid a heck of a lot more for your content. And you know what? At the very least, you're going to keep getting an income coming in on a ongoing basis, whether you're working or not. So you could do both. You could write for clients at the same time as getting this additional income on the side coming in. The good thing about this sort of passive income is that you can literally stop working, go on vacation, do what you want, come back, and you'll find you're still getting checks in the mail. You know, no matter what level they're at, it's handy. It's handy to have. Okay, and somebody just mentioned that they purchased and they didn't receive the email, but then they came back and said, oh, it was actually in my spam folder. So yeah, don't forget, if you join and you don't get the welcome email, just check your spam folder just in case it's gone in there. I just want to say a big thank you, Brian. You've been here for over 2 hours now, so I won't take up any more of your time. We've gone over an hour over schedule. You've been absolutely awesome. Anyone that's enjoyed this webinar, please type in the question and answer box to let Brian know, because, well, I think that he's done an amazing job on this particular webinar and given away a lot of fantastic value. And the offer that he's got as well is really, really good also. So, yeah, I just want to say a big
lots of feedback. Hey, and thanks for that, guys, because I put a lot of effort in this presentation. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I know Mark feels the same way when he creates programs and whatnot too. So it's nice to get that feedback. And more than anything else, I want you guys to know that this is doable. Not just Kindle, but internet marketing. A lot of people come in and they keep at it and they get results and they take action and they believe it can happen, and they attend these kinds of webinars, and you're doing that here. You've spent 2 hours with us, so thank you for believing that it can happen, and I hope it does. I hope you keep at it, because I've had a chance now to be doing this for about 4 or 5 years, where I teach and I put out products, and it's really gratifying to see a lot of people that have been able to move forward. And for those of you that bought tonight, we did well. We had about 50 sales tonight, which is pretty darn good when there's about 300 people live. I'm excited for you guys to get started and to dig in. We also have a members forum. We didn't even go into that, but you're going to figure this out as you're in the members area. We've got a live webinar training, and I'm really looking forward to spending more time with all of you. So thank you, Mark, for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for being here.
I look forward to doing it
Thanks
again.
for being here. And just being the affiliate and me, would you mind just moving the Q&A box just so people can see the full link again, just in case you want to book, write it down for later. It's kritual.com/ml. Again, this will be at this price for, I think Brian said, the next couple of days, or at least the next day. After that, the price is going up. Either way, even when the price goes up, it's a great offer. So write that down, kritual.com/ml. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate all your guys' time, and thanks, Brian, for bringing this wonderful presentation together.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care now.
Okay, bye for now, everybody.